Quite a lot of you turned up this evening. Thank you. Good to see you all. It is United Nations International Day of Happiness today, in case you didn't know, which seems quite appropriate. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you the President-elect of the International Olympic Committee, Kirsty Coventry, and President-elect will say a few words, and then we'll go to Q&A as quickly as we can. So, over to you.
Thank you, Mark. Good evening to you all. I just wanted to start off by really thanking the IOC members, the membership, the trust and confidence that they have put into me. It's a huge honor. I'm really looking forward to serving our movement. I also want to thank the other candidates. It was an incredible race. And through this journey of 6 months, there were so many very good exchanges amongst all members, including candidates. And I'm really looking forward to bringing them together, sitting down and identifying some of the very good ideas that we've all shared and realizing how we can work together to move those ideas forward. So thank you very much for being here, and happy to answer some questions.
Okay, as usual, if you'd like to indicate, we can take a question. Okay, first one looks like David Owen there, I think, at the back. David.
Thank you, Mark. Congratulations, Kirsty. When Thomas Bach was elected in Buenos Aires, we were treated within about 10 minutes the spectacle of a Russian official racing across the foyer with a mobile phone with Vladimir Putin on the end of it. I wonder whether you've yet received greetings from prominent politicians, and if so, who was the first to congratulate you?
Thank you. I've actually just picked up my phone. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I really spent time, and again, I was very, I think, overwhelmed by all the congratulations from the members. And then what I'm looking forward to is jumping on the phone with my parents. So they will be the first phone call that I will be making after this.
Okay, Rachel Axon down here. Just down here. Yep. Thank you very much. And then we'll go to Wakako.
Yes. Hi, Kirsty. Rachel Axon, Sports Business Journal. You didn't stress this during the campaign, the difference of you being the first female candidate, the first from Africa, but those certainly have informed your life experiences. I'm wondering how those will inform how you will operate in this role.
100%, thank you. Well, I'm extremely proud of both of those different identities that make up me. And I'm grateful as well to have been given a platform to work extremely hard over the last 6 months with IOC members to really, as you said, make sure that they know who I am and what values I hold dearly. And it wasn't just about being a woman or being from Africa. I'm so grateful that the members saw more than just gender or where I come from.
Okay, let's go to Wakako, and then we're going to go to Tarek in the back. Yep.
Thank you, Kirsty.
Hi.
Wakako Yuki from Yomiuri Shimbun. Congratulations indeed.
Thank you.
Were you, in a way, how are you aware of the seismic significance that indeed you made history today? And also, in a sense, when a new era is opened in history, often the cases there are very strong gain wind. You would have headwind, and you are no stranger to those situations in your career. What is your wisdom to deal with it? And lastly, if I may, 3 months of transition. What would you like to learn from President Bach, especially his philosophy being the president of the IOC?
Thank you. Well, this is a first in our movement, if I can start with your last question, where we have a proper handover transition, which I believe is so important. There will be numerous discussions over the next 3 months, but I'm looking forward to that. President Bach is leading our organization and has led our organization extremely well over the last few years. Not always easy, as many of you know. There's been many difficulties that he's overcome. So I would like to be able to have those conversations with him on how he decided to tackle those and what advice he could give me for the future in terms of that. In terms of the significance of being the first woman, being the first African, I have to say that there have been incredible women that have come before me. One of them sitting in the room today, which I might get a little emotional about, with Anita de France, a huge inspiration to me and to many women. And I was just really proud that I could make her proud. She was the first woman to run for this position. And like I said, she inspired me. She's been a huge mentor of mine since I came into the movement in 2013. And yeah, it is significant. I think it will take a little bit of time to truly set in. But women like her paved the way for women like me, and I want to pave the way for younger generation, especially because I have 2 young daughters. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go to Tarek, and then we're going to come across to you, sir, and then you, sir, and then we'll come back over here. Tarek, yeah, just here. Yeah.
Evening, Kirsty.
Tarek.
You've got to get to work now. Now you've got this bit. Can I ask?
Yes.
Not this evening.
Lots of things in your in tray. May I just ask about 2 of those? Mm-hmm. You're going to have to, at some point, go to the White House and deal with Donald Trump in this moment where, a lot of the world is uncertain about how America is acting. A lot of people in the world are uncertain whether they can even get into the United States. Now, with the Los Angeles Olympics, what is your message to the world? Is it a safe place for people all over the world to get into? And what will you tell Donald Trump? And the second big thing in your in tray is the World Anti-Doping Agency. In the past, it seems certain states have been given preferential treatment, maybe. Does the IOC have a role to play in getting the credibility of the doping system back? And what is your plan for that? You served on the ITA board. Thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, when it comes to anti-doping and being a former Olympian, no, not former, an Olympian and a former athlete, it's incredibly important, and everyone should be held to the exact same standards. Our athletes are held to the same standards, and the entire movement around them should be held to the same standards. That's something that I will not waver from. It's very important for me that happens. And we may have a bit of work to do to make sure that actually is put into place. But one of the congratulations that I received was from the WADA president and vice president and director general, and we'll have a strong working relationship. In terms of your first question, when it comes to the USA and LA, I have been dealing with, let's say, difficult men in high positions since I was 20 years old. And first and foremost, what I have learned is that communication will be key. That is something that will happen early on. And my firm belief is that President Trump is a huge lover of sports. He will want these games to be significant. He will want them to be a success. And we will not waver from our values and our values of solidarity and ensuring every athlete that qualifies for the Olympic Games has the possibility to attend the Olympic Games and be safe during the Olympic Games.
Okay, gentleman here. Yep, just that. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Elias Makori from Kenya. Congratulations, Kirsty.
Thank you.
I could be wrong, but looking around, there's barely any African journalists covering these elections. I doubt if there's a Zimbabwean journalist here. Does that show you the challenge that you have to spread the Olympic movement in Africa? And do you think Dakar 2026 will be a good place to start? What are your thoughts about perhaps in your presidency, Africa getting a chance of being voted to host an Olympic Games?
Thank you. Well, first and foremost, I think Dakar 2026 is, as they have said, going to be welcoming the world. I have been chairing that commission for the last few years, and I'm really proud and excited of the work that they're doing, and I know it's going to be an incredible time for the world to see who we are as Africans and what we mean and what we stand for, and how we are willing to embrace everyone. And in terms of the work, there's always work that we need to do. But this honor that I've been given to serve our movement is going to allow for us to have a greater reach into new regions, but also to shine a light onto new regions. And this is part of the uniqueness of the Olympic movement, the diversity that we all have. And I truly believe that this decision today is showing that universality and that globalness of our movement.
Okay, gentleman in the stripy jumper there with his hand up. Yeah, just here. Yeah, and then we'll come across to you, sir. I think you wanted a question.
Hi, Kirsty. Congratulations. You've obviously had a huge amount of support from female IOC members, possibly Nita Ambani. Do you agree that now it won't be a good look if India's 2036 bid is accelerated to targeted dialogue before President-elect leaves office?
Well, I would like to have a little bit of let's let this sink in and talk some work in a few days. But at the end of the day, there is a process in place, and that process has been ongoing, and that will remain for as far as I know for the next few months. I do think that we need to involve the members in the selection of future hosts, and I have a few ideas, and I'm willing to share those with you maybe next week or the following.
Okay, gentleman here in the red jumper, and then lady in blue, and then we'll come over here to Rob. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Kirsty, congratulations to Sushil